Then verses 7 and 8 we come to the green horse. Pale, it says, it's pale green. It's not a good translation. I looked, and behold, a pale horse, and his name that sat on him was Death, and hell followed him. And power was given unto them over the fourth part of the earth to kill with the sword, and with hunger, with death, with the beasts of the earth. And when it opened the... gone too far there. This is the colour of all flesh. If you turn back to 1 Peter chapter 1 and verse 24. For all flesh is as grass, and all the glory of man is the flower of grass. The grass withereth, and the flower thereof falleth away. This is the colour of all flesh. This is the fleeting nature of the life of man. And his mandate is to kill a third of mankind. This is the normal rate, because the green horse, the pale horse, is riding. All the time he's riding, just like the others. He controls the world population. An article in the paper yesterday talking about how many billion the world population will grow to. The present rate of growth. And people worry, and they say, as a question, will the population of the world, will it grow to such an extent that people can't be fed, can't be watered, you know? That won't happen, because the pale horse is riding. All the time riding. And hell follows right behind him to receive his victims. Pestilence, wild beasts, death in general, in all its forms. Riding, always riding. Eh? Symbolism here is not difficult to grasp. What is represented here is the history of the New Testament dispensation and the millennium. And it's Christ. Note this, beloved in Christ, note this. It is Christ who opens the seals, right? He is directing the eternal counsels of God. He is executing. He is at the right hand of the throne of God. He is worthy. He opens the seals. He sends the horses riding. He is in sovereign control of all events. All of them. So we're given a picture of events in the world which will affect. And then verses 7 and 8 again, the pale horse, the green horse. He swallows up his victims. He mows them down like grass. Yeah. Murder, suicide, old age, accidents, wars, illness, storms, tsunamis, earthquakes, beasts, not just crocodiles and snakes, not just big ones, tiny, little ones that you can hardly even see, mosquitoes, malaria, poor health care, no health care, breakdown of the National Health Service. It's the pale horse sent riding through the earth by Jesus Christ, the sovereign Christ. 1/4 of the population maintaining equilibrium on the planet. The sum total of death cases is affected by the pale horse as he rides through the earth. And the one who directs all this, beloved in Christ, is Jesus Christ himself. We never lose sight of him in the book of Revelation. We have seen, or we have been shown, and it ought to be clear to you by now, that Jesus Christ is the sovereign of the universe. Absolutely and utterly sovereign, and all these things are under his control. All these things. It's all about Christ and his work. And where it's going. If you turn back funny how these references keep, once you lock into them, they seem to keep coming back again. Deuteronomy chapter 29 and the Song of Moses. This is a reference to Jesus Christ. Verses Deuteronomy 29. Is it 29? No. Okay. 32. Sorry. Thank you, David. And verse 39. Verse 39. Chapter 32, verse 39. My apologies. See now that I, even I, am He, and there is no God with me. I kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. For I lift up my hand to heaven and say, I live forever. If I whet my glittering sword and mine hand take hold on judgment, I will render vengeance to mine enemies and will reward them that hate me. I will make mine arrows drunk with blood, and my sword shall devour flesh, and that with the blood of the slain and of the captives from the beginning of revenges upon the enemy. So this applies to Christ. He holds the reins. So you say, why is there war? Christ did it. You say, why is there death? Christ did it. The horses go out and the riders are upon them. The riders must be, because a horse that has no rider is dangerous. Tramples in the battlefield, it tramples on its own men. Needs the rider to control the horse. But they are all of them under the direction, the ultimate control of intelligent governments. The government of Jesus Christ. That's what Paul means in Philippians chapter 2 verse 11 when he says, Jesus Christ is Lord.